evening. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the session. Seems like you're the only one. I hope you're well. I've completed ICE task 1. Let me check. Waiting for my mark. Just wanted some clarity on how I'm doing with regards to referencing. Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do ICE task 1. We're going to literally physically go through it. I'm going to basically teach you, I don't know, I'm going to go through it. Yeah, I think there's no better way that explains what I'm going to, doing it. So let me just check. Oh, I haven't yet started sharing my screen. I am recording. It is hot. I think we have a heat wave here in Johannesburg. It is burning. Oh my gosh, it's hot. All right, so ICE activity and learning unit 1. So I'm going through it, right? So when I go through it, kind of see for yourself, because now one of the things I also try to teach you is independence. As an academic, you need to be independent and you need to be able to evaluate. Do you remember when you're in grade, what is it? Yeah, in high school, you literally just have to cram everything and say, regurgitate everything. They ask you what a business plan is, you explain it, right? Whereas in varsity, you kind of go the extra mile. First of all, you research, and part of that research includes you going through your prescribed textbook. But anyway, I'm going to go on and be poetic about this. The short story is that going through this will teach you to kind of evaluate yourself. So when I go through it, think about the answers that you gave, and that will give you an indication of where you are. Remember, that's how feedback works. As an online student, you need to be able to interpret feedback. So when I give you this, use it as feedback for yourself. Okay. So as activity 1, it's an introduction to entrepreneurship. And the question is, and maybe before we even go to the question, what I can do is rather go to the learning outcomes, right, of this chapter. We had to describe the terms entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. We distinguish between entrepreneurship and small business. And then we discussed the types of entrepreneurial businesses that can exist. And then we defined corporate entrepreneurship. And lastly, we explained the key success factors of the entrepreneurs and explained how entrepreneurs should deal with external factors that affect their business. I did mention that everything that you see in a star has been asked in exams before. So chapter 1 is very, very pivotal as a chapter. Okay. So that's what we did. We were introducing entrepreneurship. So now in this ICE activity, after they say that after going through learning unit 1, complete the following ICE activity. Distinguish between entrepreneurship and a small business. In your answer, expound on the following. All right. Number 1, provide a definition for the following: the definition of entrepreneurship and the definition for a small business. And what we can actually do is, let me download the actual assignment template. And I don't know if you guys have assignment templates, because normally when you open your Learn, right, just on the landing page of Learn, the home page, the institution page, if you scroll down, you will see the organizations that you're part of, but you will also see assessment submissions and templates, right? The first one here already, Microsoft Word generic assessment. This is what we want. No, find the document in your downloads folder sharp, or should the templates above not download, please use the following links. So you can either use this link or you can use that link, right? We're looking for Microsoft generic assessment template. And Michael, if you are, and let me see, I don't know if there's other people in the room. Hi guys. Okay, we've got one more person in the room. Please do me a favor, okay? Let's all through this physically. So I hope wherever you are, you're not gonna watch me. All right, I'm gonna send you guys the link here, because you're already watching my class, isn't it? Right? Let's go to Learn. Okay, My VC Learn, and here's the Learn link. So click it for yourself, and please tell me with a yes if you're on the landing page of the Learn. So if you go into the chat and then you just click on that, it will open the institution page, your Learn, your VC Learn. And tell me if you click at the bottom, if you scroll all the way down, do you guys see the assignment templates, or is it different for you guys? Can you please tell me in the chat? Do you guys see no templates on your side? Okay, cool. Then what I will do is I will download it for you guys. Okay. Um, click to download. Here's the download. All right. Let me check what you say. Same here. All right, no problem. I'll probably just upload it. Here it is, right? You don't have permission to edit it. Okay, then we just enable editing, right? We're going to file and save as. It's in our downloads. Let's see, downloads, right? There we go. Let's say assignment download version 1. Replace existing file. Sure, mfethu. So here's the assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload it on your more resources. Okay. So let's go to more resources, and then we're going to build this one, and we're going to say call this folder also more resources, because now this is more resources. Or let's call it other more resources. Is there something, is there such a thing as other more resources? Oh my gosh. Dark violets. Let's go for like a magenta. Yeah. Let's go for like a faded magenta. Apply. Okay. So other more resources. Okay, let's call it more resources 2.0. I'm not comfortable with other more resources. Okay, so submit. So guys, if you go to your learn, so please click on the link again, all right? And then go to your module, go to your actual module. In fact, you probably should be on your module because that's how you got in here. Okay? So again, click on the link. And then once you click on the link, remember you land on the courses, right? Then you go to courses, which is your courses, and then you go entrepreneurship. Yeah. Then you go more resources, and then we go more resources 2.0. Oh, I haven't uploaded it. Upload file. Sorry, guys. Upload, browse local files. I'm about to upload it now, but please tell me when you are there. You're just waiting for it to be uploaded. Let's see. Downloads, assignment template. Open. Yes. Assignment template. Let's call it generic. All right. Generic assignment template. We good. We live. Yes. Submit. All right. So then please check if you can open it. So if you refresh your page, you should be able to see it now. I have uploaded it. So I've just refreshed my page. Now I have to go back, more resources, lecturers, not lecturer slides, sorry. More resources 2.0, and then assignment template generic. It will open up in a new tab. So there it is opening. There's a download actually. Once you have it. Got it. Thank you. Awesome, Michael. You can go ahead and open it and then wait for me. Perfect, guys. So then after you got it, maybe save it as, like when you say you open it up and then you say save as, file, save as, and then like call it assignment template. And then let's call this one learning unit. Let's call it ICE activity learning unit 1. Yeah. So where you where your entrepreneurship browser, what is it? Your entrepreneurship what do you call it, folder is. So please go to your folders, class notes, more resources. Nope. Wrong module. Entrepreneurship class notes. New folder. More resources. 2.0. Yeah, so now you've saved it. So in other words, you've got the downloaded version, which is still the generic one. So whatever we're going to type in here, that's not going to affect the generic one. And that's why I made you guys do this. Okay. So this is the assignment template that you guys must use, please, to answer your questions. All right, to answer, yeah, to attempt your assignment. So you can see that they say the first page is your cover page. Fill in the details, right, as required. Okay, we can do that. Tick the box for the plagiarism pledge at the bottom of the page. So where's that the pledge at the bottom of the page? Here it is. They say tick the box. Ne? We just ticked the box. We're still going to come back and fill in. The second page is your automated table of contents, right? Skip this page until you have finished typing your assignment. So important. Move to the next page. So we're going to skip this page and maybe let's make it orange because we're not going to do it now. Ne? Let's make it yellow now because we're not going to do it now. And then the third page is where you start typing the answers to this question. So let's go to page number 3, and I'm sure that's where you're heading. Page 104, page 2. Aye. Barring. Move to the next page, scroll down. Skip this page until you have finished typing your assignment. Move to the next page, scroll down with your mouse or use the arrows. Okay, sharp. Move to the next page. So they said we must skip, right? So let me write there, skip. And then heading 1. So this is page 3 where you find everything. Okay. Guys, if you can unmute yourself, please rather do that. Got it. I have submitted my ICE activity already, but did not use this assignment template. Am I able to edit or resubmit the assignment with the new template? Yes, please go by all means. When I set the assignment or the ICE tasks, I give you guys 5 opportunities to to resubmit. So Josh, if you didn't use this this template for now, it's fine. Okay, I will not get like minus marks for you, but use it. Make sure that you use it for the assignment so that it makes your work neater. Okay, so yeah,
Okay,
sharp and yeah, sure. What's up?
Can I leave it for now though, for this assignment?
Yes, leave it, man. Don't do yourself extra work. Then for ICE activity, whichever next assessment, then use it.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right, the third page is where you start typing. Sharp, are we cool with that, right? Be careful when typing your headings. The headings in this template are linked to the table of contents. So what that means is that they have basically how do I explain this? So you see the word heading, right? If you look here, it on the what is the style, under styles or whatever, heading 1 gets highlighted. Whereas if I type here, can you see it just goes back to normal? So it means that they've adjusted these headings to heading number 1. So when I type heading number 1, right, and then let's say it's question 1, and I go to my table of contents, right? Let's see, table of contents, and then I say update table. Let's say update entire table. Okay, do you see question 1 is becoming heading? So it's embedded in the table of contents because they've already set it here. Okay, all right. So what else? Be careful. Type your own heading in place of heading 1, right? Like they say, do not press on any keys on the keyboard. So don't say heading 1 and then you, I don't know, yeah, just press heading 1. Don't press enter or anything. Like I said there in my page, where's the question 1? I just typed this one. I didn't press enter, remember. Okay. So, hey, why am I getting lost? Where's this thing? Click the first line under the heading and start typing your text. So they say click on the first heading, right? We here click on heading 1, and that's what's nice about this, because you can use the navigation pane. If you want to know how to use the navigation pane, you go to, where your file home insert is, right? You say view, and then you must make sure navigation pane. So if you can see on the screen, this is where navigation pane is. Okay, then like if it's unmarked, do you see you don't see anything on the side? But if you press navigation pane, it's so beautiful. All your documents basically get what do you call it? You can document on one side, or you can see pages or results. I don't know what results is for, but I know pages, you just see pages. But my favorite is headings, because you want to see the heading. You want to be able to go there. So anyway, we are starting to do question 1. They said type your text here. So we are going to say the answer is, you see. So we didn't press enter. We didn't press anything, right? Sure. Now, and then when you click on the heading on that side, it goes straight to that page that it's supposed to be. You see, for reference list is going to another page. But anyway, all right. Back to the instructions. Click the first line and start typing. We've done that, ne? Create more headings as you need them. So, for instance, we're doing ICE Activity 1. ICE Activity 1 has question 1 and question 2, right? And question 3 and 4 is the reference list. So, we're going to say, where's that thing? Question 1, heading 2 is going to be question 2. Heading 3 is going to be question 3. And then remember, we said the reference list is 4, and there it is already in, yeah, auto numbered. Okay, and then back to the cover page. Yeah, click on create more headings. We just created more headings, right? And then click on a new line, type a new heading you want, and press enter, right? So they say that after you've done typing, right? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Question 1. I must still remember that I'm on the same page. You've done typing question 1. All you have to do is press enter, right? After you've pressed enter, select the new heading, then click home tab styles and click on heading 1. Select the new heading, then click home, right? And then we click on heading 1. But it's already auto done here, right? Because they are all, these are all appearing here. You see question 2, home tab, heading 1. It's already there. Home tab, right? Heading 1. So it's already auto numbered, even reference list. If it wasn't, and let's make this one normal, you see it disappears here on the navigation pane. But because it's heading 1, it's even auto numbering for us. So we're good, guys. I hope this is helping you guys a lot. I know it's a little bit slow, but you know what? I really love these things because they really teach us how to address these things moving forward. And then continue typing and adding new headings. Yeah, we good, we know. Once you have completed your text must be complete. Once you have completed your text, you must complete the reference list, right? The reference list, we will do that, and this is where the reference list, so your references start here. So author, author A, author B, author, comma, B, full stop, 2024, full stop, title of book, right? Etc., etc. All right. Okay. And remember to reference using the correct style for the module. And ours is the IIE Harvard reference, guys. This is so important. So now let's go and download it. Again, if you don't know where to go, you guys should know by now when I say go to your VC Student intranet, let's please go to our VC Student intranet. By now, you guys know where it is. You have probably already even made a bookmark. Is there anybody who doesn't know how to get to the VC Student intranet? If you don't know how to get to the VC Student intranet, please type the text that you need assistance. Okay. If you're on the student intranet, please just give me a heads up with a yes. Perfect. All right. Awesome. So we all at on the student intranet, right? Is that another yes? Sure, Lara. Okay. So now we're on the student intranet. Now we're gonna go to the student resources. Remember the library, guys. I hope you guys have watched video one of the student engagement program, guys. That's what I teach you in that video. So all of this you should be able to already know how to get. So we're gonna go there. IIE library. It opens up a new tab. And then when you in the new tab, you must say eShelf, or is it research support? I think it's research support because it's supposed to be the reference list, right? And then if you scroll, let's see, literature research questions, research methods, ethics, how to research predatory journals. No, please don't tell me I'm in the wrong place. Where is it eShelf? Let's see. Okay, it is eShelf. Sorry, my bad. Let's try it again. IIE, Harvard, what? And then eShelf. Yes, my bad. It's eShelf. Then when you scroll all the way down, you will see references, okay, referencing and plagiarism. Click on the icon. So click on the picture. Referencing and plagiarism. When you are in referencing plagiarism, you will see there the third, is it the third? Yeah, the third heading is IIE reference guide. Click on IIE reference guide. Then there you have it, Harvard style reference guide. Then you download it, please. Let's download. And I'm going to save it under my entrepreneurship module. Right, and I'm gonna call it, yeah, IIE have a Harvard reference guide, and then I'm just gonna leave the name under after 2024. If you have downloaded your IIE Harvard reference guide, please let me know if you have the download. Yes, somebody already has theirs. Perfect. Okay, guys. So then we've already covered the next step, right? And then they said the references must be in alphabetical order. And remember when I did my reference list, I said author A, author B, right? Author C. So whatever the title, like the book that you guys use, oh, is it Nivenazen and Nivenazen? So it's gonna be author N. You'll see. Okay, you're not gonna say author N, but you're gonna say Nivenazen or whatever the surname is. But it's gonna be in alphabetical order. And then they say when you sort the references in alphabetical order by highlighting all the reference text and clicking the A to Z button on the home tab. So reference list, right? Then you select your reference. After you select it, you go to the A to Z button on your home tab. You click OK. That will put it in order. And let's see if we do it this way. If we had put author B there, let's see if it's going to do it for us. Let's see, text ascending. Okay, yes, it auto did it for us. So if you need to see it again, let me show you. So if, let's say, for instance, was author B was the first one, they say that you must select your entire reference, right? And then you click the AZ button with the arrow. You click once, then it's gonna say sort by. You say paragraphs test. You don't have to press anything. Just make sure it says ascending because that's what you want. You want it to go from A to B to C to Z. Yeah. And then you just press OK. Then it organizes it for you nicely. So you don't have to cram where everything is, try and squeeze, yeah. That's a good way of just getting it in alphabetical order. All right, so we did the alphabetical order. And then when you have finished typing, check and correct your spelling and grammar by reading through your assignment from the beginning to the end. I cannot explain this better. There's no other step for it. You just literally have to edit your work, guys. That's what it means. So you go to question 1, you read everything again. You see, like, for instance, if anything is answered, you address it by clicking on the right. If you right click, they say 1 punctuation mark is all that is needed, right? And they give you suggestions here. Read aloud. No, we don't want to read aloud. We just want to see like that, right? Type your sentence here. They obviously want to put a full stop. You put this full stop. You basically edit your work and you make sure your spelling is correct and everything. Go through your references. Make sure everything is also okay. All right. And then where were we? All right, then the final thing to do is return to the second page. Remember, that's the second page that we skipped. The automated table of contents and click on the table, you will see a command at the top to update table. So they say auto table of page 2, go to the second page. This is the cover page, this is page 2, the one that we said skip, right? And then now they say click on the table, and then you see update table. You press on update table, right? I like to press it twice so that I can say update entire table. Then you say, and you look at the page marks, they're gonna start adjusting now. Okay, nothing changed, but that's the last thing that you do. And I would like to disclaim, skip, let's say, leave until the last step. And then, should you ever make changes on your assignment, always update the table. So every time you come back, so sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'm done with this assignment, thank you very much. And then you remember, oh no, there was something I didn't do. And then you have to go back to the assignment, right? And fix that part. After you fix that part, again, go to the table of contents. This should always be the last step that you do. In other words, repeat for every time you amend document. Okay. And that's it. That's basically how you use this assignment instruction thing. So, and then this page must be deleted before you submit, right? So then you're going to submit, delete all of this. So you just highlight this, rechts, ne? And then you just delete. Okay. So I want to go to the assignment page where we fill it in. Your student number will be ST101 or 10 whatever, 102. XXXX, you know what it is, the program code, and this we can find in our assignments. And let's Soma go and find our assignments. Again, guys, your assignment is already been taught to you. I've already taught you guys how to get your assignment. If you do not know how to get your assignment, week 1 of the student engagement program, guys, I hit gold when I designed that program because it shows you where everything is. Student intranet. Let's all please go to your student intranet. This time we said we're looking for our assignment, so we're looking for our student material. So student material, and I hope by now you guys are getting used to VC Learn and your IIE intranet and how it works. Because the more you play on it, the more comfortable you get and the more confident you become even about your studies. I think my internet is a bit slow. All right. So student what? What materials? Then we're going to look for the module, which is ENTR5112. Always remember the W. Because it's not already automatically appearing for me. Okay, now it's automatically appearing. If it doesn't automatically appear, don't forget you just press on the search button, the purple button there, and then we just press entrepreneurship. Okay, I'm gonna have to charge my laptop. My apologies for that. Can I just quickly connect? I have to plug it in. So I'm literally standing to do this job of plugging in and charging my laptop. Oh no, am I stuck? Okay, I'm good. Okay, so we're looking for what? 2024, right? And I hope you guys have already gone ahead and downloaded it. Assignment 1, we're going to press the 3 dots and then we're going to download. If you have your assignment, please let me know with a yes. Let me know with a yes. I have that. That is a yes. Cool. Awesome. Michael, everybody else, have you got your assignment? And then say file, save as, already save it for yourselves. Right? I go to my folder, my entrepreneurship folder, and I say assessment 2024 assignment 1. Save. Ne, we good. So now they will give us, do they give you the program code? The program code, I think you get it here. They don't have it here. Oh, that's the one that you get on your faculty when you get the PAS. I hope so. Let's go back to, we're going back to the student intranet king, my VC student intranet. Scroll all the way down. We want our pairs. And by the way, guys, on the 25th of March, you guys are submitting your first assignment. My challenge is that this cannot be the last time that I see you guys, okay? So I'm busy currently looking for a space where I can squeeze you guys to see you. So I am consulting your timetable, and we're trying to decide when will that be possible. But now the challenge is that there is no date that I saw. Like this week, for instance, you guys have classes, I think, all the time. Thursday, I'm not available. And then next week, I was going to suggest Monday that we meet, but I know that you guys probably do digital marketing. So please confirm if you do DMET 5112, because if you are doing that module, it means that you are going to have a clash and I will not be able to have it. Would it be possible to share the assignment document in the chat? I'm having technical issues. Josh, what are your technical issues? Why can you not get it yourself?
I'm having no access onto the student material website.
You don't have access.
Yeah, it says my
Let
access
me
is denied.
see. That is troublesome, Josh. You should be able to access your files. Please log a VC assist query for that, okay?
I have already. I'm just waiting for their response.
Okay, when did you log it?
So I've actually logged 2 already. I logged 1 a week ago, and then I logged 1 again this Monday, today.
Okay, are you using a MacBook?
No, Microsoft.
Not. And you've tried the whole right click and then checking your options when you're supposed to open. So you know, like how you on the like the thing, instead of clicking on it, you'll do the right click or you'll do the three dots. You get what I mean? Because if you right click, you get
I
these
can't
menu
even.
options, and then maybe you can download or something.
No, I can't even get onto the page that you're on right there. I don't have access onto the student material platform.
Yo, okay, that's a big one. Do you have my email address?
No.
Here, email me, and then, but please, and then when you email me, send me your when you send me your ticket numbers, okay, so that I can, of the tickets that you logged, and then I can try and
Okay, will do.
escalate it for you. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, where were we? So we were looking for the pairs, right? So Bachelor of Commerce in Entrepreneurship, bent 312. This is what I was actually looking for, because they wanted the ICE activity program code. Right click and then paste text only. Module lecturer, that's where I come in. Tseho Aista, right? And then module code, it's ENTR5112. And then date of submission, and that's where you get your pairs from. If you look at your pairs, and okay, this is not assignment one, ne? This is actually ICE activity one. So whatever the date is, I know the assignment you submit on the date, and then yeah, let's just assume it's 21. Okay, wait, the ICE activity was actually 11 March. It's actually today, ne? March 2024. All right, because we actually named it ICE activity. Guys, if you can chat rather, please do that. Could I submit my assignment before the due date? Yes, you can. Traveling on Saturday and leaving the country and worried about having connection issues. Michael, anytime, anytime. Please just make sure that you've done a thorough job. So I think maybe after this lecture, you'll be able to kind of know how to answer questions. So please make sure that you implement the things that we're gonna do today. All right. And safe travels. Awesome. Please bring me back a t-shirt. And I love New York t-shirt. Wherever you're going, bring me an I love wherever t-shirt. I love those t-shirts. Okay. So we were busy filling in. We're done filling in, right? And we've gone through the assignment instructions, so we're good. Now, let's go and answer the questions. Remember, we said this table of contents is the last thing that you do. Now we're just going to be at the answer. So question 1, right? And we go to learning activity 1. It says, provide a definition for the following, right? A definition of entrepreneurship and a definition of small business, right? And I'm going to copy them, right? And then I'm also going to paste them because I'm like that. Yeah, detailed like that. So when you answer a question, guys, I said that you must answer these questions according to the tier method. And if you look at the tier method, guys, this is a method that I developed. Okay, I was having a conversation with another lecturer, and we were basically saying, how is it that students should answer questions? If you do this, if you answer a question like this, not only will you be able to get marks that make you pass, but because of step number 4, and this is where the secret is, when you do step number 4, what you're basically doing is going the extra mile. A lot of students, what they do is they'll list the theory sharpo, like step 1 says. They'll explain the theory in their own words like they're supposed to, right? And then they do provide an example, but none ever provide an additional resource in the form of another example, a definition, or a real world experience. So if you're gunning for an A, guys, it is this line that's going to get you that A. Okay. So when we answer the question now, they say, and let me have these just here in brackets. Let me do this in a table. Insert table. Nope. Convert text to table. 5 rows, perfect. Ne? List. The first step they say, oh, it's supposed to be 4x. Nope. Undo. Control X, Control V. Man. Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to right click it and then just keep text only. All right. Then we can just delete this row. Then we're good. All right. So now we're going to provide a definition for the following, a definition for entrepreneurship. And the way I set up these questions is because I wanted to give you guys these, right? So you are going to say, and in your answers, and let me make this in bold. Bold, because that's not the answer, right? Entrepreneurship is defined as according to, who are these guys? Is it Neva Nason and Neva Nason? Let me go quickly. Module outline. Module resources. Hey, module outcome. Module resources. Nivenhazen. It's only Nivenhazen 2019. Ne? So, according to, sorry, right click, according to Nivenhazen. The reason why we do that is because you found the answer, right? You know the answer, but the reason why you know the answer is because you consulted your textbook. That's why you are going to define it like this, right? And they say provide a definition for the following entrepreneurship and provide an academic reference. That's your Nivenhazen. Then they say the definition of a small business. And then you're going to say a small business is defined as, right? According to. So here it's up to you. If you want to use Nivenhazen again, go ahead. If you want to use another source, use another source. But if you use the tier method, right, this step number 1 should always be from your prescribed textbook. The reason for that is because in your textbook, the answer will always be right. Whereas other authors sometimes have differing views on the same topic. So not everybody's going to define entrepreneurship in the same way. Academics, what they do is they contribute to knowledge. Sometimes you'll find that somebody, when they wrote the paper in 1970, right, this is what entrepreneurship was. And then things started developing. And then next thing you know, entrepreneurship moves to the digital world. And in your definition of entrepreneurship, and maybe you had described it as a person who goes into a building and starts a business. Now you don't even have to go into a building. You can just sit back in your laptop. Now another author, 20 years later or 30, 40 years later is like, you know what? In 1970, the definition used to be what. But because life has changed and AI has developed and technology and what, this is the new definition. And that is why step number 4 is so important. Now you're not only checking what's in your textbook, but you're also reading further. Okay, guys, if you want to get a decision, you're going to be the student who does step number 4. All right. And then that's entrepreneurship is defined as what. A small business is defined as what. Right. And then question 2, they say, where am I? Right? Yes. Provide an example of each. And you will see that this is basically going through the tier method, because if you look at step 2 of the tier method, you are supposed to explain the theory in your own words. But this is where you find, and maybe I didn't say this. Entrepreneurship is defined as blah, 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 blah in your own words, right? And number 2, plus according to research, according to literature, because you don't know the answer yourself. You had to go and consult a textbook, right? In your own words and according to literature. That's how you do step number 1. And we are basically going through the tier step. Step number 2, question. Explain the theory in your words. Now you're going to say an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a blah 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 blah, a person who what. Remember, now you've read it, you've explained it, but now you're putting it in your own words, right? And maybe I actually combined step. This should have been the same step. So question number 1 and question number 2 should have probably been the same question, but what I was doing is I was trying to do it according to the tier method. And I hope you guys understand what I mean when I say to that, because when I say entrepreneurship is defined as, right, you're going to do that. You're going to list it because it's entrepreneurship. They said entrepreneurship, listing it is entrepreneurship. Then you're going to define it in your own words, right? And then you're going to do it according to literature. So there is explain the theory in your own words. One. Now, step number 3 and question number 3 of this. And here you will say a small business is ... No? Then question 3, not question 4. Where are we? Provide an example of each. Commonalities and differences. Provide 2 examples that entrepreneurs and small businesses have in common. They say 2 examples and you see 4 marks. So 1 sentence will get you 2 marks, you see. So in everything, just know that 1 good sentence will get you 2 marks. So when you have an 8-mark question, write 4 different sentences that have 4 different meanings. Do not write long sentences. 1 sentence will give you only 2 marks. So if you say entrepreneurship will what, and small businesses will what, and the definition, that's like, no, why are you doing that? Have it in 4 different sentences. Okay. Where are we? Question number 3. Commonalities and differences. 2 examples, right, that they have in common, and 2 examples that they have what differently. Is differently the right word? The 2 things that entrepreneurs and small business managers have in common are, right? Then you're gonna write it you're going to make an example 1. Give a full explanation of that example 1. Then you're going to have example 2 because that's what was asked of you. All right. Then step number 4 or question number 4 is reference list. Now, what are those things that they have in common and those things that they don't, where they differ, right? And let's see if we can find any in our class notes. And guys, please, this is, and maybe let me go to the textbook because now I have to also teach you guys that. Again, if you go back to our library, right, IIE library, or let's go back to the student intranet. When we're on the student intranet, we're looking for EBSCOhost, right? That's IIE library. Let me close some of these tabs. IIE library eShelf. No, yes. EBSCOhost. This one takes a bit of a while to load. I don't know why. Come on, baby girl. There we go. And then EBSCOhost web. And I hope you guys are also like searching for it on your end. What are we looking for? Entrepreneurship and African perspective, right? Search. We're looking for the book here. It is African Entrepreneurship and at an African Perspective. Full text, full PDF text. So we're in chapter 1, right? You just click on the chapter. We're looking for the definition of entrepreneurship, the relationship between entrepreneurship, small business. Yes, I think this is it. Or is it entrepreneur and let's see, what did we have to do here? We had to definition of entrepreneur and small real life example and then commonalities. So it's entrepreneurship and small business. Small business. Small business. There we go. So entrepreneurship, you can see here, here's the already the definition of entrepreneurship is the process of establishing a business from the identification of a what. But now when you use this, guys, remember, like I said in step 1, you use it in your own words, right? So now we're looking for the relationship between and the differences, right? Examples of a small business manager who is not an entrepreneur, a person who manages an existing business or a franchise. So one of the things that they have in common, for instance, we know that they take risks, right? They start businesses. They use capital to start their businesses. They have to hire staff. You can think about those things, but please find the examples in your textbook or in other literature what they say they have in common, right? And then we know that a small business manager must be able to plan, organize. And if you think about these, the entrepreneur must also be able to know what to do, right? And when you go to this I think it's this one, example 1.2, where you see works for a person who's satisfied with a no growth. Here we know it's a difference because entrepreneurs, they are not comfortable with no growth. In fact, all entrepreneurs seek is growth. Guys, this is learning unit 1. Please make sure that you watch the recording because we did explain what the difference is. All right, there is a difference between an entrepreneur and a small business. And this slide, this particular example table thing is the one that gives it to you like correctly. Okay. So provide an example of each. A real life example of let's see, provide the following. A real life example of an entrepreneur is, for instance, Elon Musk. A real life example of a small business manager is, for instance, the owner of a spaza shop, right? And here we gonna write in our thing the two things that entrepreneurs, the two things that entrepreneurs and small business managers have in common are, right? And then you give them examples, and then you're going to say the two things that entrepreneurs differ in. differ in are. Then we're going to say example 1 and then example 2 because that's what we were asked to do. And then step number 3, what is it? Question number 3, commonalities and differences. And then the last step is the reference list. So when we go back and see what we've answered, we've basically answered the 3 questions, right? We've provided a definition for both entrepreneurship and small business. So please make sure that, like I said, entrepreneurship is defined. Make it very clear that that is what you're talking about. Entrepreneurship is defined as blah, 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 right? You put it in your own words and according to literature, which means you reference, or i.e., you reference. Okay. A small business is defined as da 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 da. All right. Question 2. An entrepreneur is a da 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 because they say we must explain what it is in your own words, ne? In your own words. And guys, always in your own words, please. We always need to paraphrase. It's called paraphrasing. Okay. So a small business is also blah, blah, blah in your own words. Okay. Question 3. The 2 things that entrepreneurs and small business managers have in common are, and then, oh, sorry, did I type that twice? The 2 things that entrepreneurs have in common are example 1 and example 2, because remember they said they wanted one. The first thing is that entrepreneurs, blah, 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 blah. They take risks. They both use money to what. They both have businesses, right? But the 2 things where they differ is that small business managers, they are comfortable with no growth. They don't like to take risks. When they get to a certain part of comfort, then they relax. Whereas a real entrepreneur will never relax. I mean, how many billionaires do we have? But do they relax and say, I've arrived? None ever. Okay. And that will make sure that you get all your full marks. Guys, so when I look at this, and I think that's the last thing that I will use with this what you call it, this class that we have, the last 10 minutes that we have right now, I'm gonna say new, and I'm gonna put here the tier method, nah? And I'm just going to slightly go through it. So in other words, what I want you guys to do is, guys, for ICE activity 2, ICE activity 3, ICE activity 4, and maybe let's open up ICE activity 2, ne? Just so that I can make an example of what I mean when I say use the tier method. Because question 1 and the error there is that I broke the tier method down. Whereas here, I'm not breaking the tier method down, right? So ICE activity 2. The business environment has 3 components, right? It's got the micro, it's got the market, and the macro. Again, guys, please make sure that you've listened to the recording. It is all explained there, right? The micro environment is the business itself. We can distinguish between the following variables of the micro environment. So in other words, if you're going to discuss the micro environment, you're going to have to discuss these 3 components, because these are the things that make up the micro environment. When we talk about the market environment, we're going to have to discuss these 3 components because they are the ones that make up the market environment. And when we talk about the macro environment, it's these 6. Okay. And a big hint: when every time you are asked about the business environment, if they say micro, discuss all of them, because the question will always say which one is relevant to your business. Guys, they all affect your business. They are all relevant to your business. Yes, others might not be as, like invasive. For instance, maybe the price of petrol you as much as load shedding does. If you have a manufacturing business, for instance, load shedding affects you right now, whereas petrol may be going up and down. It doesn't really affect you too much. Yes, it does make your cost input go up, right? But you can just you can make up for it by increasing your prices a little bit. But whereas if you have load shedding and you're in the manufacturing business, that means for that time that there's no electricity, you cannot do business. So yes, it does affect you, and that's part of the macroeconomic environment. And that falls under what? Load shedding. Is it a physical environment? Yeah, let's call it a physical environment because it physically happens to you, right? However, it does not mean economic environment and social environment and all. Every single one of these always affect you guys. Please always answer the questions in full all the time. Okay, I'm running out of time. Let's see. Communities, no, we're not here. We are here. So they tell you what the market environment, they tell you what the macroeconomic environment is, right? So then question, select the business of your choice and use the tier method to discuss how the elements of each component of the business environment affect the business, and please provide real world examples. Ne? So number one, we're supposed to use the tier method, we say, and the elements, we need to discuss the elements of each component of the business environment. Each component, this is a component, the micro environment, the macro, the market, and the macro. So we can already say micro environment, right? If we go to answer our question and we go to step number one, the macro, the business environment consists of three components, right? Components. Ne? Number one, A, let's do it as A. A, it consists of the micro, ne? And then you explain it. This is the business itself. I get they say in step number two, explain the theory in your own words. Then you provide an example. Example, the business decisions. Okay, actually, let me not do that. Let me rather go to the slides, because according to the micro environment consists of the mission statement, the functions of the business, and production. So you say the micro environment, it consists of mission statement, right? Etc., 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 etc. Then you're going to say the same thing, the macro, right, is the outside environment that have limited control, not limited control, you can influence, limited influence, right? For example, suppliers, you can negotiate with your suppliers. Again, guys, please make sure that you have the recording. If you watch the recording, you will know what I'm talking about. And this is not the macro, sorry, this is the market environment, right? Except the market environment has suppliers, and they talk about suppliers. Where's that slide? Supply, the mission statement, the functions of the business, the production factors, right? Where's the market environment, the market, the competition? So you will say the market, and let me rather do that. Let me not confuse you guys. I'm sorry, guys. So micro. The micro environment consists of the mission statement, functions of the business, and the production factors. Now, what you then gonna do is the micro consists. The micro is the business itself, right? And it consists of the mission statement. What. Then the mission statement, you're gonna explain it in your own words. You're gonna provide an example of what of a mission statement is, right? And then if you look at the tier method, after you provide an example, because you list it, which is mission statement, you explain it, provide an example, and if you look at step number 4, it says provide an additional resource. So you can say other authors, right? Say blah 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 blah. Or you can say example from whatever website that you get an example of a mission statement from. Example, the mission statement of Nike, or whatever the case study is, right? So if they give you a business that you must do, then you use the case study of that business. The case study, the statement, the mission statement of Nike is blah blah blah. When you give me an example like this, you're basically showing me that you know what a business statement, a mission statement is. You're going to do the same for the functions of the business. You're going to explain what they are, right? You're going to provide an example, right? And you're going to say what other authors said. And please do not forget that every time you explain, you must always reference, because the answer you get from your textbook, reference. You got the answer from your textbook, guys. So you must always reference. Your example, where did you get your example? Reference that case study or reference whatever it is that you used, and then other authors. I think there was a question in here. Let me check. I'm a little confused. I have read up to chapter 3 and have not come across a physical environment. Chapter 2 is your physical environment. Let me go to chapter 2 for you. On the textbook, chapter 2, basic business, what is it called? Basic business concept in the business environment, right? In the business environment, we've got the 3 steps. Remember, the business environment has the 3, right? The physical environment is in the macro environment. So on the in the macro environment, there we go. Macro environment consists of all the variables, right? Explaining it in your own words: economic, social, technological. Did I miss anything? Social, yeah. Technological, physical environment. Here's physical environment under the macro environment. So the physical environment means the natural resources within the country. So natural resources can be roads, even it can be gold, water, infrastructure. Cool, Michael. Right. And then I'm out of time, but let me just finish this one for the purpose of finishing this. Provide an example, right? So we've talked about that. So you will do that for every single one of that. And look at this, guys, the business environment. And remember, this question was probably like out of 30 something. It's a lot of marks because there is a lot to write, right? Because for each of this, remember that this was only the micro. Now you're going to do it for the market. And remember, the market is suppliers, right? It's your competitors, and it's your, who else? Your customers, right? And for each, you will have to say, explain, right? In your own words, use a reference and all of that, right? Example and other authors, or another example. So this is really, and you will see with in the tier method explanation, I said, provide an additional resource in the form of another example, a definition, another, or a real world experience. Okay. So it's very comprehensive, guys. And this is how you make sure that you get, almost full marks according to the rubric that you would have. All right. So yeah, I hope that helps. And then who was it? Was it Michael who said you attempted the ice task, but you were not? Yeah, you said you've completed the ice task and you're waiting for your mark. Just wanted some clarity or how you're doing with regards to referencing. So Michael, when you reference, right? And let's go to. I won't be able to check your thing right now, but you see, this is a reference of a book, right? So I'll go file, new, and I'll post it here. So with regards to referencing this, they also reference, remember we've already downloaded the IIE Harvard reference guide. And if I open the IIE Harvard reference guide, downloads, hey, Ugu P. Okay, let me just, man, didn't we download it? Or did I leave it? I didn't download. Okay, anyway, what I was trying to say is that they have referenced this according to the IIE Harvard reference guide. Now it's bothering me. Let me fetch it. I really do need it. Okay, let me download it again. Ish. Hi, man, it was downloaded. Didn't I download? Ah, there we go. IIE Harvard Reference Guide. All right. Download. And then let me save it in my folders. 2024 lecturing. Save. Nah, then I open it. The secret to using the referencing guide is page number 3. So page number 3, it's the table of contents. It will teach you everything. If you want to know how to reference a book with one author, I mean, if we look at the book that we use for our what do you call it, for in the textbook, it's one author, Nevenhazen, right? So what you would say, and it's a book, so you will literally go to your IIE Harvard Reference Guide, click on book one author, and then it will show you here how to do it, right? So then what you will do is I would copy this, right, and then I would paste it in my what's his name, my document, and then I would repeat that process. So you can see here it's the author with a comma and a space and a G, right? And then if your author is Ni, then hey Ni Neven Hazen, what? Hey, Neven Hazen, you can tell I'm not Afrikaans. Neven Hazen, see, you see, there we've at 2006, they've got the year, our year is 2019. So that's all you do. You literally just copy it and repeat what they've done. Here you can see this is the title of the article, right? The title of the book. And look at this, it's in italics, okay? So then you will say entrepreneurship and African, and let me delete this one just so that we don't copy an African perspective, right? And then you can see full stop, and then this is the city where they published. So let's say they published it in Cape Town, and then you will see there's a colon, right? We insert the colon, and Trumpeter is the publisher. So we don't know who our publisher is. After publisher, you have a full stop. So that's how you judge. So if you will remember, Michael, I was trying to say that I want to teach you guys to be independent in terms of your own assessment of your work. Normally, when we provide feedback for students, we will not be able to give you one-on-one sessions and say this is what you did, this is what you did wrong, but we can give you feedback in terms of saying. So when I critique your referencing, I will say, I will highlight maybe only the things that you did wrong, and then it's up to you to go back to the referencing guide and check, but why did she highlight the name of it's because I didn't do it right. So yeah, man. Otherwise, when I do mark, you will get feedback in there. But however, in the class, I will not be able to give you feedback. Guys, I have taken over 7 minutes of your time. This has been a long lecture. I've used up more time than what I was supposed to. It was a slow and technical class, but I really, really hope that it teaches you guys how to answer these questions. So that was learning unit 2, where you basically have to discuss all of these and provide the examples and all the what's and the what's. Okay. And then even with learning unit as activity 3, are we on like as activity 3, the same tier method. Guys, when you answer your theory questions, always use the tier method. And this one, we're using the process of generating business ideas, right? And remember, it's those. Again, you're gonna say you're gonna list them. When you generate an idea, there are 5 broad approaches: skills and expertise. Skills and expertise. Example, blah. To explain in my own words, skills and expertise is blah 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 blah. For example, an entrepreneur, blah, 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 blah. What other sources also say about skills and entrepreneurs, or what skills and expertise is that. Then you go to number 2, common needs. Common needs are defined as blah, 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 according to whoever, ever. For example, you get, so you incorporate it in your answers. Guys, I really hope that this was helpful. Please tell me with a yes if this was helpful. I know it was slow. I know it was technical. I know I took so much of your time, but I really hope that it has shown you guys how thoroughly and intensively you have to go in answering questions. Thank you so much. Michael, have a good evening. Josh, have a good evening too. You did come right with that. Now, please paste the in-text reference in the chat. For instance, the reference, in-text reference, it's going to be ni. I hope you're talking about Nivenhazen. I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm just going to assume you're talking about Nivenhazen, right? Then it's going to be comma 2019. Now, how do you know that, Lara? You go again to your IIE Harvard reference guide. You see where it said book authors, what. Here you've got your in-text phrase. And they show you here, if you're going to use it in the beginning of the sentence, this is how you would use it. Whereas if you put your reference at the end of your sentence, you put the whole surname and the year in brackets. Can you see that? Whereas if you say Hertha, I don't know how to say that, Hertha, brackets 2006 argues that blah, 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 blah. But if you say psychological, blah, 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 then if you want to put it at the end, it has to both be in brackets. I hope that helps. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much too, Lara. And thanks for giving me 10 extra minutes of your time. Guys, I can't punish you anymore. Have a lovely night. Thank you. If you have any questions, wait, does anybody have any questions? Anything before I say goodnight?
Can I just confirm if you got my email, please?
Who am I talking to?
To Josh.
George, did you send me an email now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing so I can check my emails. Josh, yes, I just saw it. Josh Garth Carnell. I got your email, Josh. We good.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Josh, Lara, have a lovely evening. Bye.